Bullseye. We're back, Clyde. Boom, boom. Yes, Hickok 45, your internet shooting companion, coming to you from the barren hills of Tennessee, the home of a lot of Paul Harrell fans. Yes, Jeff Quinn fans, a lot of fans of a lot of cool people, right? So glad you're here and you're enjoying the coldish weather with me. Like I said, I have a couple of days here, nice, pretty decent weather, bearable, but it's going to become unbearable, and I'm traveling. So who knows when I did this? Could have been a week and a half ago, really could have. And again, Kentucky might have blown up or floated away, and I am not even aware of it. But that's okay. You've got a Sunday morning shoot around, and you can make fun of me while you have your coffee this morning, right? Make fun of me, feel smarter, like I said last week, just because I ain't very smart, and it should make you feel better. Yeah, you see what I brought out. I have not been firing my FN 545 enough. Yeah, I've been a little bit negligent, especially in light of the fact that it's one of my defensive firearms. So I need to make sure I fire it adequately, an adequate amount, and feel good about it. And I do feel good about it. I really like this firearm. It feels much better in my hand, as much as I like Glocks. There I go, using the G word again, but it just feels really good. And of course, I got the Talon grip, so it just feels great. Yeah, it does. Fits me like a glove, and it is, if I didn't mention it, 45 ACP. Many of you already knew that. It's the Model 545 FN, and these are nice. How many do y'all have these? Anybody have one? Do you like it? I've got the 510, 10 millimeter version of it. I've not shot it enough either. I need to get it out again, and I'll do that before too long. But y'all have these? Anybody? I don't see a lot of hoopla about them, but I just really like them. They feel good, reliable, and suppressed or not. You know, I've got the Banish 45 on here, and from Silencer Central. Yeah, and it's just a wonderful combination. Appreciate Silencer Central for their support of the channel, as well as Bud's Gun Shop and the Sonoran Desert Institute. Get yourself some distance learning. Get more smarter. You probably could always do with some more education. I knew I could, right? They do exactly what they say they do. So good outfits. Yeah, I think I like a couple more rounds in that magazine. Can I go ahead and waste them? Waste them? That's another topic. Thought I had three. If you ever seen someone comment on video about that's just a waste of ammo. Waste? How do you waste ammo? When do people say that most often? I guess when you're shooting full auto, or just blasting a lot of ammo at something. You know, what a waste of ammo. You know, waste of ammo. How do you waste ammo? It's meant to be fired. I understand if you're hunting, for example, maybe you're a deer hunter, and you take 5 shots at a deer, whereas one did the job or something. Well, yeah, you're wasting ammo. You're being dumb. You know, if you shoot more than you have to take care of the deer or whatever it is, turkey or duck, But if you're out shooting, how do you waste ammo? You're shooting for fun. It's like drag racing or something. If you're a NASCAR racer, are you wasting fuel? If you're out playing tennis, you're wasting energy. If you're out golfing, you're wasting golf balls, I guess. I don't know how you waste ammo exactly. Where'd that round come from? It bothers me. Yeah, bothers me. All right, so yeah, the FN545 is a sweet piece. If you've never fired one, yeah, I don't know if they're available for rent. Yeah, and rental gun shops that have a range and have rental guns. I don't know. Do you ever see these for rent? If they are, you probably enjoy trying one out. Probably not as many 45s for rent, I guess, in gun shops. Are there? I don't know if I've ever gone. I've go to a lot of gun shops where they got a range and they've got a display full of guns you can rent. I've never really studied them too much. I assume most of them are 9mm in this type of handgun, but yeah, they might have some 10s or 45s for rent. I don't know. I don't know much. Yeah. Also appreciate Alabama Holster for their support of the channel. Alabama Holster, they're in Alabama. Yeah, which is irrelevant. They're on your computer screen. But I appreciate their support. We've got, gosh, they make great little belt holsters inside the waistband, outside the waistband, pocket holsters. And I hear from a lot of you that like them too, as much as I do. So, what's going on? Well, I don't know. Like I say, I'm doing a lot of traveling. You might have heard from me on some things as I travel around that I'm not aware of yet. I'm not sure what all I'm going to do. I know some places I'm going, and I might run into some of you. If I did, yeah, that was me. And I might have seen you. And even if you were young people, I might even have some young people advice. Maybe I gave it to you if I ran into you as a young person. No, that'd be obnoxious, right? My advice for young people, oh man, it seems more and more, this is really just an old man rant, I guess, but it does seem, I have, in my observation over the last, 70 years, but 20 years, 30 years, there just seems to be more envy in the world. More people, more often, don't take the blame for their own shortcomings or whatever. They want to look out at other people or other reasons why they're having trouble, blaming on somebody else, not taking responsibility for our own failures or our own shortcomings. It just seems to be more and more of that. Always looking for somebody to blame for just everything, or to be mad at because, they didn't, I don't know, get something they wanted or weren't able to do something they wanted to do. It's someone else's fault all the time. And that's a bad recipe. That's a recipe for failure right there. If you know somebody, you probably do. If you know somebody who's like that, they're always blaming other people. They're always envious of what other people are able to do or doing. That's kind of the kiss of death. That's almost a guarantee, I think, this is my humble opinion, that they will probably never ever be successful unless they change that attitude. So that's my advice to young people. If you are always blaming other people and other things or situations or your boss, the job you're in, always the reason you're not doing better. There's always a reason out there that you're not doing better, that you're having a lot of trouble in whatever area that might be in. You might want to look in a mirror because it's probably not everybody else that's the problem. It might not be anybody else that's the problem. When I think back of all the failures or problems I've had in my life, I've had a lot of successes. I've had some things I've screwed up. Whenever I have screwed up, not done as well as I should have, done very poorly or whatever, oh man, it's me. It's me every time. I look back so many times. I wish I had that to do over. I just, it's rarely. I might come up with something where it was really someone else's fault, or that they were the ones that were the cause of some misfortune I had. I don't know what that'd be, but it's probably somewhere. I was not totally guilty, but 99% of the time, I just screwed up, or I didn't work hard enough and pay close enough attention. I chose a different path. I chose to go into teaching. I could have complained for 29 years that I deserved to make more money. No, I didn't. I chose to go into education. I enjoyed it. I didn't complain while I was there, other than jokingly or something. To me, it made me look stupid, because the first person heard me complaining about my salary or how much money I make, they should have, the smart thing for them to do would have been to grab me and say, hey, guess what? You majored in English and education and you decided you wanted to teach. Now you're complaining about your salary? Are you? Really? So anyway, I don't know. We're usually at fault for whatever our misfortunes are. Not always. Especially physical, sometimes the physical stuff. You see these commercials, or walk through a hospital and see some 8-year-old kid that's got leukemia and all that kind of thing. We don't bring all the misfortune on ourselves, do we? It's just nature doesn't care. It doesn't care. But by and large, in terms of relationships with other people and jobs and all that kind of thing, workaday world, education, family, whatever, friends, all that, so much of our I don't know, whatever negative you feel like is happening to you or has happened to you, just be aware. It's usually us. It's usually us. Okay? Don't blame people. If you blame me, I'm going to blame you. All right, let's see. I don't even need my ears. Why do I have my ears on? Why do I bring them out even? Let's just take them off. All right. Love the sound of propane in the morning. I love the sound of Clyde in the evening too. He has a nice ring to him, doesn't he? Yeah, and you can really hear it. Wonder if I could. Oh well, I've already shot the bullseye out. Woo! Nice. So Clowy. You can hear it hit that 2-liter. There we go. Got him. It's easy to miss weak-handed. It's easy to miss strong-handed. It's easy to miss when you're holding the gun with both hands, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. So these are sweet, I have to say. 45 ACP. I'll probably shoot it some more. Oh yeah, I'll tell you. One thing I meant to mention. Of course, I've already given young people advice. I can't give any more advice. Now, I will say that I hope people don't get pulled in on these medications. I heard a commercial today. It's that one. I know you've heard it. Oh gosh, Big Lou. He's selling drugs, medication, whatever it is. Big Lou. Talks about people, if you're a little overweight, and you're, he said, what's he say? He says, you need meds? He said, Big Lou's on meds. You need blood pressure med, you need this med, you need meds. Everybody's on them. Call Big Lou. Everybody's on meds. Call Big Lou. I mean, it's the whole approach. Generally, when I hear that commercial, I think, yep, that's it. That's what I've talked about with the TV commercials too and everything. They are the pharmaceutical industry. They're trying to make it seem so normal. They're normalizing being on meds. And some people need them. They have to. They're at the point where they have to have them. It might be me tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not on anything. Never have been really. But but you try to make it like really normal, just like the TV commercials do. You got these cool. So basically, you've got people walking around or dancing around, usually a little overweight and middle-aged, and they are playing some cool music, some cool, usually it's classic rock or something, or they might be playing a saxophone themselves, and they're around, and everybody's happy, and they've got a cool hipster hat on or whatever, and it's about some drug they take, and it's going to keep them from catching something, some vaccine or whatever it might be, and they're trying to make it look cool to be in that group where everybody's on meds, like Big Lou. Everybody's on them. He says, everybody's on them. Well, no, everybody's not. And most people would be better off if they were not. Not everybody, but I mean, you get to a certain point, you have to have something maybe. But, it's just kind of interesting. The psychology of it is why I bring it up. The psychology of that is making it seem so normal, and there's almost something wrong with you if you're not on meds. You should want to be on meds too, of some sort. I probably need to be on meds, some anti-insanity meds myself. But I just, whenever I hear that, and I heard that today again, I hear it all the time. It's a common commercial. Big Lou, yeah, he's on meds too. Everybody's on them. Call whatever number, and you can get some too, cheaper, whatever it might be. So, marketing is marketing. Always be aware. Watch out for all the marketing. Everybody's coming at you with something, right? And sometimes it's so subtle you don't realize it, and other times it's obnoxious, and other times it's just you understand it. It's the reason that there's a movie on TV, because somebody's sponsoring it. That movie's not going to be on if somebody's not sponsoring it. Like duh, whether it's Chevrolet or Wendy's or whatever it might be. But I don't know. I think the ones that are the most obnoxious to me are the ones trying to get me to take something through a needle or orally or whatever it is, because there's so much money to be made from that. If they can psychologically convince everybody that you should need it or it's okay even, because it's kind of weird, when you think about it. Go back 100 years and ask yourself how many people were on meds. All right, so that's a soapbox of mine. All right, okay. Let's shoot a little bit more before I let you go. I've given you enough advice. It's too cold to talk too much. I got the talks channel. You can do the talks, right? I don't even want to shoot. I don't need to shoot too much. We got the shoots channel. No, I shoot the same amount. On that channel, again, it's just John's pulling out just shooting from older videos, right? Just the shooting. And it's for those people with low attention span, like me. All right. Don't want to hear any talking. But they still might want to hear some shooting, or see some shooting. Well, let's just blast a little bit. Let's pretend we're in a hurry. You want to? Because it is getting cold. I am. All right, let's pretend. All right, listen. Get in too big a hurry. It's easy to miss. Where's another bullet? I'm not believing I missed that plate. It's easy to miss. It is so easy to miss. There we go. It really is. You folks that are new to shooting, I'm surprised you're watching this big idiot if you're new to shooting. But I'm surprised you're watching this big idiot if you're not new to shooting. But if you're new to shooting, a handgun, I say this every now and then, I talk about this. It's not false modesty or some kind of weird thing. like, I'm decent with a handgun, but you probably can't get the. No, it's just a hand, and I'm not covering up my own poor shooting at times. I used to get to messing around and shoot too fast, or faster than I can at times. I'm not seeing my sights. It is so easy to miss with a handgun if you haven't shot a handgun much. And maybe you know it better than anybody if you haven't shot it much. It's really, really easy to miss. No matter how much you shoot and what level you achieve with a handgun. So different from a long gun. When you pull that thing up and you just, I don't know, hit that cowboy, it's not a problem. Well, you miss him twice, I mean, it takes concentration and focus on that front sight and on that trigger. Boom, I'd have hit him every time. It doesn't matter how much you shoot, you got to go through that same process every time. You have to be very, very, I don't know about careful, but very precise, deliberate. Put him on there and make sure your sight, boom, and let it go. Just because you've shot a lot, it doesn't make that bullet automatically connect to that steel. It just doesn't do it. It's really, really simple. Even with a large handgun, the smaller it is, the easier it is to miss. But by and large, if you got your sights on, you take your time, bang, you can. Can I shoot just a couple more since I said that? And since I was shooting so poorly there, let me load a couple more. I want to finish on a couple of hits here. I feel bad about some of those lame shots I just took. Okay. 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 All right. All right, let's get focused here now. Okay. Feels better. All right. Quite a gun. Hasn't malfunctioned on me. I like it. I like it. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting about, but that's okay. So we're getting in towards the end of January, and hopefully I have made it through my travels okay. In the cold weather. And by now, I've probably been a lot of places, and maybe you already know about some of it. I have been planning to maybe do a little posting on the road here and there, possibly. Maybe through the Talks channel, especially. I don't know. Because I don't know that I'll be doing any shooting on the road, perhaps. But anyway, January is and has been a busy month, and won't be long. Wishful thinking, won't be long. But once you get, again, as I say every year, once you get to the end of January, yeah, you're in the middle of the winter, kinda, but you look out about 4 weeks or so, and guess what's coming up? March. Now, we can have some cold weather in March, but once we get to March around here, we're headed back in the right direction. We might get some decent weather here and there, and even if we don't, it's all climbing up towards April. Yeah, then we usually get mild weather. It's a weird place, Tennessee. You could get some crazy weather anytime, but there's still, it's kind of like the stock market. You can be up and down anytime, but it's gradually, moving up. As you get into February and March, you're moving on up there into some better territory. The bamboo will be shooting up in April. I always look forward to that, see what new bamboo shoots I'm going to get. I'm trying to get more of a privacy wall along one or two fence lines in my place. And a lot of that depends on how many new bamboo shoots come up, each year. Sometimes it's a lot of them. And then some years it's not as many. Some years quite a few shoots will come up, and then a lot of them will die. Yeah, I have no idea what all that's about, because I am not really a botanist. I just let it grow and let it do its thing and cut it down where I don't want it, right? A lot of you are just amazed that I allow bamboo to even grow on my place. Probably you've heard so many horror stories. You might have some horror stories with bamboo, but it's not gotten out of control, because I have a lawnmower, I have a bush hog on my tractor. You know, I mean, you know, if it gets the best of me, I don't know. It must be pretty tough, right? So I'll bring in the blowtorch or whatever I have to do if it requires it. So I'm glad you're out here with me, freezing. Well, not totally freezing, but it is getting colder very, very quickly. So I'm gonna go back to the house and see what's going on. Okay. So y'all have a great rest of the week, and maybe I'll see you next week. I hope so. We never know, do we? Life is good.